Alright, so boom. Apparently, everyone hates Pokimane again. So we're gonna watch this, see what the new hate is, see what's going on, see what the vibes are. So let's tap in.
Guys, the internet's favorite streamer Pokimane is once again going viral for a tweet that left a lot of people on Twitter in an uproar. Popular creators like Asmongold and Tectone even made a response video to this said tweet.
Because these people don't believe anything it is that they're saying. They don't. They will go live and they will say the exact thing that the public wants to hear.
And I'm not gonna lie, they were tweeting.
Okay, yeah,
the tweet
fair.
also got like 30 million views, which is absolutely absurd. But it's also not out of the ordinary, because if you've been following the channel, then you would know that I covered Pokimane around a couple months ago. And it was kind of for a similar reason that she had went viral on Twitter, because she had said something that a bunch of people disagree with.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways.
It is what it is.
We hate the rich. That was the statement uttered by a millionaire with generational wealth. A statement uttered by someone who was already richer than your parents and richer than mine. Combined, by the way. This was also the same person who mocked people in her chat for saying that $28 was too expensive for some cookies.
When people are like, oh my God, $28 for cookies? It's 4 bags. That's $7 a bag. I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of funny because sometimes you gotta troll your audience. Sometimes you gotta be toxic. So I don't think she was wrong for this right here.
like if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyways, and we hate.
If you're a broke boy, just say so. That's funny as fuck, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. That moment to me was hilarious. I feel like since it's her, it's easy to hate her for stuff that comes out of her mouth because she already has like that kind of reputation. But like, that was funny. She's like, it's $7 per bag, $24, you get 4 bags, or $28, whatever the fuck the number was, you get 4 bags, right? But then if you're a broke boy, just say so. Like, that's funny. Like, I don't really care. Just cancel because she made fun of Amber Heard's court vid or some shit. See, I didn't hear about that either.
Hate the rich.
So yeah, clearly
Fuck Amber Heard,
Pokimane
dude.
was insane for those clips, which is why she received a ton of backlash online. And I mean, they were frying her. I think I even went over a guy who left her a whole novel in the comment section. Like this right here is pure and dedicated hate, and all you can do is respect it. But clips like these of Pokimane serve as an example because it goes to show that she will say anything in order to be liked by the masses and her audience.
But that's what I was gonna say, right? She is one of those people who, in her mind, she's a goody two shoe. So everything that she does has to be seen a certain way or done a certain way. And I'm gonna say it. Sometimes there's people like that, like, you know, the guys who just agree with whatever opinion is popular. Like, there's some creators, if you go to their channel, every time they make a video, it feels like their video is a Twitter thread or a Reddit like forum, because they're just echoing what the masses think instead of giving their genuine opinion. There's a lot of creators like that. So I mean, you know.
And pretty much just trying to take whatever opinion is popular at the moment. So with this in mind, let's go over her tweet. Now, as most of you probably already know or not, the Diddy trials recently came to an end and he was acquitted of most of these serious charges. And I'm only bringing this up because this is relevant and I'm pretty sure this is what Pokimane's tweet is referring to. But yeah, Diddy got acquitted of the most serious charges and everybody had a reaction to it. So Pokimane took to Twitter and said, "Believe all victims." Now the statement "believe all victims" isn't bad in and of itself, but in the context of like a law and court and jail time, I don't think that's true. I think we should believe evidence and proof rather than just people claiming things. But you know what?
Okay, see, again, I'm gonna say this. Believe victims is the kind of statement particular types of people make, right? If someone's gonna go to court and there's charges and there's evidence and things that can prove, like, then yes, sure, believe the victim, because, you know, and I'm not saying that, and the justice system is not perfect. The justice system is not perfect. But to make a blanket statement like this, is crazy because it just sucks though that she did this about the Diddy case, but people are gonna say, well, if this is what you believe about every case, like that's like the thing that she's not thinking about. Like she's just
But
putting
that's
shit out
just my
there.
take. Apparently, Pokimane wants to believe everybody. So after this tweet drop, the internet exploded, with this tweet having 30.2 million views in 3 days, with it also racking up 82,000 likes and 3,000 comments, which, when you think about it, are pretty good stats for a tweet, all until, well, you open the comment section. And just an FYI, before we actually look at the comments, they are a bit insane, like overly insane. So I just wanted to give a fair warning before we look at them. So the top comment of my knowledge on Pokimane's Believe Victims tweet has 167,000 likes, which is literally 80,000 more likes than the original post that she made. And the caption says, and I quote, "Pokimane tried to grape me at the Atlanta airport in 2019. Wow, what a banger of a tweet. You know what? Actually, I lied. This is the most popular response to Pokimane's tweet,
And then he put that above Believe Victims. That's crazy.
and it has 256,000 likes, which means it currently has 170,000 more likes than Pokimane's original post. How does that even happen? The post also has 13.5 million views, and this is off of a reply, so this is crazy. And the caption reads, "I was gripped by Pokimane in 1997. Oh my lordy." And the replies to his comment are even crazier. "You are brave for sharing your story. 26,000 likes. She took my cheeks in 2001.
I shouldn't be laughing at this, but it's like she said Believe Victims, so everyone is in her comments fucking trolling her now. Holy shit.
6.7 thousand likes. And I'm telling you, these tweets just go on and on and on, of people claiming that Pokimane R-worded them, and many more. And if I had to guess, I would say that 3,000 replies out of the 3.1 that actually responded are saying stuff like that in the comments. And it's crazy because these aren't even really things to joke about. Like when you boil it all down, people are just making R-word jokes.
How's that? Believe Victims. Well, once again, I like to fancy myself the person who brings things back down into reality. I tweet out 3 words that caused quite the commotion, just like Pokimane tweeted 2 words. Women can lie. Yep. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to talk about why it is so dangerous to tweet out things like Believe Victims. You know what we should believe, Pokimane? People should believe proof. Because when good boys who, man, morals are so much higher than mine, tweet out things like Believe Victims in such a mass blanket statement, which, by the way, is never a good thing to do, what happens is that you are leaning into something that I like to call guilty until proven innocent, and not innocent until proven guilty. When you say that anybody can go on the internet and lie, when anybody can go on the internet and say anything, and you have to believe them because they're crying, well, guess what? That doesn't set up a good precedent, now does it?
In this context, I would
He's not
absolutely
wrong.
agree that we should definitely believe people with proof. That way, people aren't just getting falsely accused of random crimes. But then again, I don't even think Pokimane's saying to believe people without proof. But then again, I could be wrong. Other creators like Asmongold also weighed in on the situation.
Pokimane drops a Believe Victims tweet. How brave. Oh God. Shouldn't you figure it out based in a court of law? Don't go around and just believe what people say. You know why? It's because people lie. What a dumb thing to say. Pokimane is apologizing to someone on X for laughing at Amber Heard. Please fucking remind me about that after.
I forgot to mention that since Pokimane brought up the Believe Victims tweet, many people have been going back in the past and bringing up when she was making fun of Amber Heard when she was on trial. And if you guys remember, at the time, Amber Heard was supposed to be the apparent victim, but obviously the trial proved that that wasn't the case. People in this Reddit thread are even saying that Pokimane went so far as to put a tear counter on the screen throughout her streams, including during Amber Heard's assault testimony. A tear counter is crazy.
Pokimane, I love you and I agree, but I can't forget the way you made fun of Amber Heard during the trial. It was really disappointing. Please address this. I completely understand. I regret how I restreamed the trial because any jokes are at the expense of the victims can be perceived. I apologize I took down the videos. She's apologizing for laughing at Amber Heard.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Okay, when they were talking about, like, we have all this evidence that he actually did it.
So yeah, this is why a lot of people believe that Pokimane doesn't really care about anything she tweets about, and she just says it at the time because it's popular. Because I'm not gonna lie,
the whole thing is, what else do a lot of content creators do? They do shit because it's popular. They do shit because it's cool or it's, XYZ. So yeah, it makes sense, right?
Anytime she makes a controversial tweet, it seems like you can always go in the past and find a time where she said the exact opposite. There seems to never be any consistency with anything she says, which once again makes what Tectone said all the more real.
Because these people don't believe anything it is that they're saying. They don't. They will go live and they will say the exact thing that the public wants to hear.
So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Pokimane actually cares about anything she talks about, or is she purely doing it for engagement and doesn't care?
See, in my humble opinion, right? It just seems like people who want to be massively popular will agree and say whatever is massively popular. That's it. I think that's just what it boils down to. Someone and like, some people are genuinely funny, or some people have genuinely good ideas. Like, some people have skills outside of mass popularity where they'll always keep certain things in line. But some people only have, a certain aesthetic or vibe, and that's why they be doing shit like this.